Okay, so first you want to go to youtube.com and find an advert, maybe one that you've seen on TV. I chose a MasterCard one where they're singing My Favourite Things. So you found the ad there, go up to the top and copy out the URL of it. And then you want to go to a website like mediaconverter.org, which allows you to rip the video from YouTube. And choose AVI, and you might as well leave all those settings as they are, and you just got to wait for it to convert and download now. Now the reason I chose the MasterCard advert, it's one of the quite famous priceless adverts. There seems to be like a basic underlying message that happiness can be bought with a MasterCard. It's particularly prevalent in this advert with the use of My Favourite Things as the theme music. Just going back to the tutorial, you just save that clip and you save that down to your desktop. And I'm just going to show you what the original advert was like.
Raindrops on roses and whiskers on kittens, bright copper kettles and warm woolen mittens, brown paper packages tied up with strings. These are a few of my favorite things. When the dog bites, when the bee stings, when I'm feeling sad, I simply remember my favorite things, and then I don't feel so bad.
World MasterCard, the card that won't hold you back.
Okay, so now we're going to go on to editing that advert. You want to open Windows Movie Maker. Now you can use iMovie if you're on a Mac. Basically I've chosen them because they're free software, usually on most computers. It means you don't have to download anything, and they're quite simple to use. You just want to go to File, Import, and import the clip which you just downloaded. Okay, and you can see it there. I just made the screen a little bit bigger, and I'm switching to timeline view there because I find it a little bit easier to edit that way. And just going to view and zoom in so that the clip is zoomed in a bit, you can see better what's going on. And basically I've watched through the video a few times, and I decided that the part that I really wanted to edit was where she was jumping off the cliff and it comes in with that priceless tagline. So basically I'm just playing around with it here and adding a split point there with that split button, just so I can isolate that particular section. Just pulling the timeline back and forward just to make sure it's in exactly the right place. Probably, yeah, I just wanted to put a break in before the MasterCard logo came back as well. Okay, so now we've isolated that tagline, we want to go to Tools, Titles and Credits, and add the title and selected clip. And this is basically so I can put some text over it to replace their priceless tagline with my own. You can have a bit of a play around with this. There's various effects and font sizes, colours that you can use. And as you can see, what we're doing is saying, realising that you can't buy happiness, priceless. And just choosing the effect there, and just messing around with the font and the sizes and colours. Okay, then you want it done, put into the movie. And you can just drag the ends of it to make it the right length. I'm actually putting two titles in because I want the priceless to appear separately for greater effect. And that's sort of how it works in the advert as well, because you're still trying to keep with the whole brand theme of it. And again, just putting in a new title. And basically now you can see just messing around with the two titles that we've put in just to make sure they get in the right place, make sure there's no gaps between them. I'm just overlapping them a tiny bit just so you don't get any weird sort of flashes on the screen. I'm just pulling the playhead through the timeline to test it and see how it looks. This is basically sort of tidying up work. And just testing it. Brilliant. And the other thing I realised was that I didn't want the guy speaking over the MasterCard logo at the end, so you just right click on that audio and mute it. And also I wanted a fade of her singing fading out to quiet, so again just right click and choose the fade out. And there you have it. Oh yeah, and one little last thing. I just wanted to put the stick it to the man URL in. So there you go, just pop that in there, tidy it up a little bit. And just play it through one more time just to test it and make sure it all fits properly. Great. Okay, so you're basically done. Obviously you can play around with it a lot more. You want to save the movie clip. I save it on my computer because basically that saves it as a nice high quality video. If you are uploading it to YouTube, YouTube will compress it itself, so you don't really have to worry about doing that your end. Just save it as the highest quality that you can, really. And there you go. That's saved, and you just click finish.
Raindrops on roses and whiskers on kittens, red copper kettles and warm woolen mittens, brown paper packages tied up with strings. These are a few of my favorite things. When the dog bites, when the bee stings, when I'm feeling sad, I simply remember my favorite things, and then I